quote, the fact that love could be commanded indicates that ahav expresses not primarily feeling, but rather a certain behavioral pattern, such as obedience to Yahweh's covenantal commandments and faithful and total commitment to Him. Ahav occurs in these and similar instances in Leviticus and Deuteronomy in conjunction with other terms express a faithful relationship with obedient service rendered to Yahweh. So, in other words, love, at least when it's a translation of ahav in the Old Testament, refers primarily to an action, not an emotion. Now remember, when we come into the New Testament, certainly the Jewish believers were very familiar with the Old Testament scriptures. We know, they read Hebrew in the synagogue, and most of them were somewhat familiar with the Septuagint. So they would have understood the background behind this term. And so bringing it into what Jesus said. So to love someone we don't like, number two, we must recognize the action component of love in the commands in Scripture. Look at some instances this concept of love is used in the Old Testament. Matthew 19:18, as I read before. Do not seek revenge or bear grudge against anyone among your people, but love your neighbors yourself. I am the Lord. Okay, I can understand not holding a grudge, but love? Yes, but remember, its emphasis is not emotion. It's not how I feel, but how